stadium, dome, refurbish. You've been all over this for a while. What are your thoughts?
Right now, I'm leaning towards they're going to build a dome. It just, from the folks that I've talked to, it seems difficult to see how, at this point, they're going to pull off a $1.2 billion renovation to the existing building. I mean, there's a couple of things that go beyond just the building itself, right? Because that is a conversation alone, because what people don't always remember is the rush job to get the Cleveland Browns back that stadium build was. And so when they put that together, it was done on the cheap. I remember the late Al Lerner, who was awarded the franchise, they were running out of money to the point of they took the escalators out of the design, and then like a year before it was scheduled to open, Al was like, you know what, I'm gonna pay for the escalators, we need them. And so they like slapped them back in, but the infrastructure of that stadium just is not on par for what is required in today's NFL. It's only a half-size service level. It runs from the northeast side where the dog pound is, runs all the way to the north side down to the west, and then it ends. So the south stands and the dog pound, there is no service level there. Well, they need that space, and so this is part, if they stay in the building, that is one of the problems that has to be fixed. The locker rooms need to be bigger. You need more staging space if you want concerts and other events to be rolling through that building, and they just don't have the room for it. The broadcast now of NFL games is just incredibly tedious with the volume of humanity that's involved in producing those and the technical gear and things like that. So the building is substandard. That's just one component. The second component is the location sucks. I know Browns fans love the lakefront, it's tradition, but you can't get to it by car 2 hours before the game. They shut it off. You have to walk to the stadium. So that's a problem. And then of course you have other revenue aspects, right? The ability to host events during football season, which is tough to do because you have a grass playing surface. Browns ownership really likes playing on grass. And then also too, parking. The city gets all the parking money. Well, if they have their own building, that's anywhere from $6 to upwards of $50 million a year in potential revenue that the Browns are missing out on. So, you know, as we talk right now, sure, the Browns have plan A and plan B. Plan A is renovate the stadium, it's $1.2 billion. We'll pick up half the cost, you handle the other half. Hard to argue with that. It's the city's building. So what the Browns are saying is, hey, you fix the building, we'll pay for the fancy stuff that we need that makes us money. I think that's a fairly reasonable thing. The problem is that back in 2014, or actually it was earlier than that, in 2013, when they went to the city and said, hey, we need to do a $125 million modernization of the building, the city went apoplectic. They didn't have the money. Just getting a $2 million a year contribution over 15 years was like trying to pull blood out of a rock. So now when you're talking about $600 million potentially in public funds that involve the city of Cleveland, the state of Ohio, the county, right? I don't see that feasibly. I don't see it working. So I think they're going to build the dome. I think they want to build the dome. They're not going to say that. But at some point, the Browns ownership's going to have to get off the, well, we're willing to do this renovation, but we can also build the dome in Brook Park. They're going to have to pick a plan.